Welcome to the In Season podcast, rated R for language.
None of us are doctors or neurologists. The things you're about to hear are opinions of people living with epilepsy or seizures. These are firsthand experiences. Epilepsy can cause speech problems, and the medications are hard to pronounce. So please bear with me.
Epilepsy can cause bad memory, so some stories will be repeated. I'm Pookie. Get ready.
Forgot what I was going to say. I wanted to know what Alice in Wonderland syndrome was when Jocelyn was here, but we can go back to that a different time. But I have one here. This is mostly going to be opinions, but anyhow. My husband is on the brink of leaving me. Anyone else went through this? So today, absolutely exhausted after spending several nights attending to my baby, who still wakes up several times, and taking care of my oldest, who's been down for a couple of days with a spiking temperature. This on top of the deadline to submit an unfinished paper for my online courses. I confess that I was not far from a breaking point. My husband came back from work and immediately went for a nap, and even after I told him I needed help, I felt like I was going to faint, and I could feel pins and needles starting in one hand. Shortly after, I was down on the floor with a seizure. With my children nearby, when I came back, my husband was screaming at me like never before. We have 3 kids, and I heard him say that he doesn't need a 4th one to take care of. Says he doesn't need a 4th one to take care of. How had this become his life? How I'm not me anymore. All in all, he let his anger out, which is certainly better than keeping it bottled up inside. The children were crying. For the first time since this shit show started, I wondered if he was staying in for the marriage out of obligation. I wondered how close he was to reaching his own breaking point. Of course, I understand this is not what nor I signed up for, but now I am scared. I cannot even imagine having my children taken away from me. Does it ever happen? I really think that my husband is waiting for my new dosage to kick in before telling me that we're at the end of us. I'd be grateful for any advice you may have to help me navigate through this. I'm not a woman. Personally, I say leave that guy. But that's your husband, so it's not.
I'm a guy, and I've been on the other in the same situation, but as a guy, basically. My wife has told me the same thing about taking care of another child, basically, and she has. I didn't know it, but a few years ago, she has sent a text to my mother when they were still on speaking terms, saying, and I never really expected her because I was doing all my hospital and therapy stuff through phone visits anyway. But he expects me to take him to all his appointments and stuff and get his medicines. I'm like, I just found this out. Yeah. So it's like she didn't want that. I learned that she didn't want that. She was done with the epilepsy.
Yeah, I've heard somebody else say the same thing, that their significant other said they didn't want to raise another child. I've read another post like that, and it's far out. I don't want to talk down on your life, but yeah, that's messed up. I can't imagine what I would do in your position, Angel, or anybody's position who's watching this.
Well, I'm currently trying to get 50-50 for my daughter, so they just came and visited my house this week, and the 31st I have a court date for it. So
Congrats, man. Oh, hey, Sarah.
Hi, good to see
hi,
you.
Sarah.
So you need the icebreaker. The icebreaker was, what is something you do to make yourself feel better when you feel like shit?
I like comedy podcasts. That's kind of my escape, I guess.
So you're not going to watch my podcast.
Huh?
I said, oh, so you're just not going to watch mine.
Well, I like to participate in yours.
I object. We laugh.
Yeah, but to feel better, I don't know. I like to clean. I go for walks. Pretty simple.
Me
Like,
too. Simple things.
You got a puppy, you gotta walk. Yeah.
yeah, he just woke up. I just had an aura
What
like
kind of
20
puppy?
minutes ago. It made
Oh,
me. It reminded me to come on here. Actually, I was like, "Hey, it's Friday. There's people who will understand."
oh my God. I did too at freaking
You're like-
Walmart with my husband like 6 o'clock. I came home and I was like, can I go in the bedroom? Yeah, it was. I'm not used to that. I mean, because we had gone almost 3 months. I'm sorry, Sarah. Are you okay?
I'm fine. Yeah,
Mhm.
just a yeah. I
Well, I'm
mean,
glad you joined us. It's great. What kind of
Right.
puppy do you have?
glad you're here. He's a mix of a bunch of different things.
Yeah.
Like, like
It's okay. No
I
problem.
can't even remember.
Whenever you think about it, no problem. I have a Chiweenie. That's why I asked. 'Cause,
Yeah, he's that. He's
Oh.
that, and like Pomeranian, poodle, Shih Tzu.
Oh,
and-
wow. He's so cute. I love it. The ears, so cute. Adorable.
Yeah.
So are you feeling okay though after your aura? Are you shaky or do you have to do
It's a
anything?
little weird. It was like the emotional kind, like
Yes, crying or
I don't like
something.
feels kind of like a near-death experience.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, I know that's.
You know, but okay, physically and everything, just a little shooken up.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, we're glad to reminded you to join us, right, Pookie? It's the worst kind of reminder, but still, you know.
Yeah, I'm glad you joined us. I'll see you. I'll see you later. Good night. I'll be here a couple more hours.
Bye, see ya.
I actually got to go too. So,
Bye,
Awesome.
Kevin. I'm sorry. I miss like everybody, but
all right. So,
Good night, champ.
mhm.
good night. All right.
So I got something here. It says years of misdiagnosis, self-doubt, and silence. Now I'm being evaluated for surgery. I recently got referred for epilepsy surgery, and it made me reflect on how long I've been living with this without realizing. My epilepsy likely started in my childhood, but I didn't recognize the signs. I thought the symptoms were just me zoning out, emotional swings, strange sensations. I assume everyone felt that way and that I was just being overly sensitive, so I kept quiet. At 16, I started getting diagnosed with various psychiatric conditions. For 4 years, I believed I had mental health issues, but then things got worse until one day I had a seizure so clear and intense that no one could mistake it for anything else. That's when I was finally diagnosed with epilepsy. Even after that, I spent a year trying to convince myself and my doctors I was improving. I wanted to be normal so badly, I downplayed what I was still going through. I was afraid to face how misunderstood and dismissed I'd been for years. My doctors, my family, and myself. Now that I'm being evaluated for surgery, I feel both scared and validated. It's proof that what what I went through was real and serious, just not in my head. Looking back, I realize how many symptoms I normalized or misinterpreted. I thought I was dramatic. Turns out I was just undiagnosed. Any thoughts on this would be appreciated. Sometimes just feel like I need someone to talk to. Oh, so this person's explaining things they could be here talking about. Um, but yeah, this person's looking for advice. Misdiagnosed. I didn't have to go through that. I was told you have epilepsy at the hospital, second seizure. I didn't see that link, Sarah. What was that?
Oh, that's the link to what my dog is, so I don't have to memorize all his actual DNA tests.
Oh, you guys got any advice for this person? I say, just got to deal with it as it comes. Don't let it stress you out. Find a support system.
Yeah, and yeah, like, I mean, there's a high likelihood that there was probably something in my childhood that people just ignored, and I just said, oh, well, I'm just being sensitive or whatever. So, yeah, I understand that. All of a sudden, you're an adult and you're being told, hey, this is because they wanted to do surgery right away on me too, and I just didn't. But if they say it's right, then, I'm guessing it'll improve your life. And I'm not one to say it won't. So you should probably, yeah, I mean, do your research, ask your doctors lots of questions, and come talk to us. Because if you want a support system, Kevin can talk about his implant. We've got Katie, she can talk about her implant. They're two completely different things. You've got Jeff and lots of different age groups of people, and people who've had it since they were born, and people who got it when they were adults. So we're all here to listen too, and kind of that's sort of hard. A lot of people don't want to listen because it's sort of stressful, I don't know, uncomfortable, something. Anybody else think that's
Rachel.
Yeah.
Rachel, I mean, yeah, Sarah.
Sarah?
I'm sorry, Rachel.
Yeah,
Sarah,
I'm sorry.
Like
earlier I was asking about radical exception. How'd you get past that? How'd you cope with the fact that you now have epilepsy?
It took a long time. I mean, it took many years before I accepted it. What do you mean? I guess maybe I don't understand the question.
How'd you come to terms with it without hurting yourself?
Just I guess having some grace and just realizing people have all kinds of other illnesses and they don't let it stop them. Maybe things that are even more debilitating. So looking at it that way, and I kind of didn't take it seriously because I felt like, oh, this only happens like once in a blue moon, or the auras I didn't feel like are that serious. But last year when I had a really bad seizure at work is when it really like kind of hit me like, oh, this is real. Like you really have it. And that was, I think, ever since then is when that's when I accepted it, I think. Um, but even since then, it's sort of like if I don't have a seizure for a long time, I almost feel like I'm too okay. Like, do I really have it that bad if I don't have seizures every day like some people, even though it's not a competition. Does that make sense? I don't know.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
I think we all understand that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Even
all
if you're
do.
not having it every day, am I really still serious? Yes, you are. And that's just the way
It's
it
not
is.
easy. I,
And it
you know,
sucks.
me and Pookie, we've been dealing with epilepsy for over 2 decades. So, yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I haven't. And Mark, how long have you?
I don't really know. It's it
When did
kind of
you
depends on
get actual
what you mean.
diagnosis that you,
Yeah, the actual
because
diagnosis
that's what I
itself
can go by is
came,
like 5. I know when it
um,
started, but
Yeah.
yeah, the diagnosis itself came in December of 2020. Um,
so
Not
you've
this
got
past
about
December, the one before that, but I knew that I was having
something.
tonic-clonic seizures for um 2 years before
Oh,
that
wow.
and was intentionally not seeking
Oh, hey.
um assistance. Just
Well, I'm glad you
um
sought some assistance. That's not good, man.
I had a tonic-clonic seizure in front of my mother and she made the decision for me. I woke
There
up
you
to
go.
EMTs in the bedroom.
Yeah.
So that was that. And I guess at that moment I fessed up that I had already had a tonic-clonic before that, but then I had another one just like 5 weeks later anyway. So that's enough to have been diagnosed with epilepsy anyway. So, um, yeah. So from the actual label itself then would be that December, like New Year's of 20. So yeah, last year was the year of epilepsy for me.
How long have you had a diagnosis, Sarah?
2017.
Okay, so you had it for a little longer than me. Pookie has had it the long. Well, I don't know. Angel,
Angel had it for
1
27
year.
years.
27, and you've had it since you were 5. I know.
No, I've
And I've
had
had
it.
it. Since 5.
I was diagnosed at 16.
Oh,
I
okay.
had my first seizure. I was in a coma.
Oh, okay.
It
Right.
was after my car accident. I was in a
Right.
coma,
That
so I'm
I
not sure
knew
if
that it
that counts or
happened when
not.
you were 5, but
You think that
the
counts?
injury happened anyway,
Yeah,
right?
the injury happened when I was
Yeah.
5.
But you got your diagnosis at 17. Okay. All right.
16, but yeah, 16,
Okay.
Yeah,
17.
and I got mine at
Tomato,
14.
tomato.
Okay. All right.
But my neurologist is, uh, he thinks the absence seizures have been happening for far longer than what anybody may have noticed.
No, I got something here. It says, has anyone else's epilepsy turned them into a control freak? Ever since I started having seizures, I have become the biggest control freak ever. I have no control over my own body. Therefore, I take control of everything else around me, even small things. Is this normal? Mm,
I think it depends on if you live with other people.
I don't take control of people. I take control of things to protect my own life. That's about it.
I just
I
mean if
think
you
I,
live with other people, they might move things, or you might, you can't
Yeah.
arrange everything for everyone. So that's why.
I think I became a little protective over the things that I purchased, like TVs and stuff like that. But control? Hmm. No, I've never told anyone you can't watch TV for 6 hours because it's my TV or something like that. I can't imagine what controlling someone will be like. It's just kind of not my personality. Um,
I try to like have a sense of control over things like my diet because it's one of the things that I can control, unlike you know some other things. So I don't know if that makes sense.
I was never showed how to like, I would say not so put stuff in order, but like repetition. There's another word for it. I procrastinate a lot because I wasn't shown like I forgot the word for it.
Like a daily schedule or a
Yeah, I wasn't like
timing.
put on a schedule or like made to do things in a timely manner.
Right.
So I'm bad with like starting habits of let's get up. This isn't an explanation, but this is an easy one for me to think of. Like, oh, let's get up and brush our teeth every day. I wasn't one to have a regimen. I didn't have that. A set regimen. I was kind of spoiled when I look back at it. I was sheltered. I didn't notice that till this year. I did not have a problem.
But your mom loves you, right?
Just smooth sail through life. A lot of people talk about how their childhood were. And I was like, man, so sheltered and didn't notice until I was 35. Yeah, my mother had it. Yeah. Yeah, I'll go through the comments. Someone says it's not normal, but it's certainly understandable. I would see a counselor. Someone else said, I understand. I started having them when I was 9, and I've always been a bit of a control freak in many different ways. It's why I love to clean. I can control how I clean things, how clean things get.
I can understand. I can understand because it's one of the few things you do have total control over, and
My
especially if like,
mom,
yeah, I'm sorry, go ahead.
yeah. I was gonna say my mom is a control freak like that. It's gotta be clean this exact way. It's like, go ahead, Sailor Mom.
My husband is much better at that than I am, but I've found myself doing certain things in a very organized manner, putting clothes away and stuff more than I did before, because I have to be able to know where it is, and I'm not going to have a memory of it if something happens. If I have a seizure, I don't know where my shirts went, like I would have known before. So, yeah. I gotta have everything neat now, at least that part. I strive to do the rest. Anybody
Yeah.
else really organized?
I'm finding I have to be. I don't know what's related to what, but just for my daily functioning, I'm finding, yeah, I have to stay. Like things have to be clutter free, and I just have to have things easy just to function.
Yeah. My mom's probably like the opposite. She has everything at a certain spot for her, and it could be cluttered all up, but she knows where to find it and stuff. And I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna go to my room and I gotta organize my room so I have space. So if something happens, I'm safe.
Mhm. Yeah. As long as you have your space the way you like it.
Yeah.
One second.
So as a group, we don't think it's too weird that they want to do this, that they want to take control of this one thing. No, go for it if it brings you pleasure and it keeps you safe. We're all on board, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, I do whatever to keep myself safe. I won't control other people. I won't control their actions, but I'll do whatever to keep myself safe.
Yeah, someone else said, I'm starting to like being a control freak. That's what someone else said. Right. Breakup. My boyfriend of a year and a half just broke up with me because he said my seizures were too much and he couldn't deal with the stress of knowing I could have one whenever. I have currently been having a tonic-clonic seizure about once every 2 months, but I have gone years without them. Has anyone else had this happen to them, or did you just manage to end up with an asshole? Or did I just manage to end up with an asshole? Partners of people with epilepsy, what can I do to make things less stressful on a future partner? I think she's asking someone from the opposite end and not us. How would you advise this person? I'd say leave him. If he can't deal with it and he's already gone, just let him go. Don't stress yourself about it.
Not worth it. Not worth it.
Don't people please.
Yeah, he already did the hard part. Just leave him. So.
And it doesn't sound like you're really having that many anyway. So.
Yeah.
You got anything, Sarah?
No, I agree with you, but I have no experience with that, so nothing to.
I don't either, unfortunately.
I haven't even dated anyone since I got diagnosed, so I definitely have no idea.
And we were married for close to 20 years when I got diagnosed. So.
You're lucky.
He didn't know. Poor man. No, he loves me. He's wonderful. I feel bad. I feel guilty.
No.
What you gonna do though?
No.
We got some
5 beautiful kids.
You're also lucky.
Right. I got something in the comments. Oh, were you saying something? Go ahead. Oh.
I was just saying I was lucky not to have had any seizures when I was pregnant with any of my pregnancies.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Unbelievably lucky. So I thank heavens or whatever.
So, first comment says, unpopular opinion here, but as the spouse of someone with epilepsy, it can be extremely traumatic for us. I have epilepsy too, but mine isn't active like my husband's, so I see both sides. He didn't choose this life, but he still has the right to choose if that's the life he wants to live. It doesn't inherently make him an asshole, but it does mean he wasn't the right one for you. The right person will face any hardship in order to be with you. I'm so sorry you're going through this. Hang in there. Dating someone with epilepsy, that's what that person's going through.
But they're both inactive, and that's fantastic. How wonderful. Doesn't that give everybody hope? Everybody's got breakers now and then.
Yeah, for some reason I'm breaking through lately. Yeah, very unfortunate, but I'm alive. All right, another comment. Oh, that comment's way too long. Someone said, first, I'm sorry you're dealing with this. Breakups are super hard, but as someone with tonic-clonics, I have come to understand how hard it is on a partner to witness this. I have been told that post-ictal, I can be mean, not physically abusive or anything, but just mean vocally. Partners can always decide if they can't deal with it forever, and we have to be okay with that. He's not an asshole, nor are you. A long-term relationship with an epileptic can take a lot out of someone, and it isn't just for anybody. Isn't just for everybody. Right. Not everybody's made for this life. It's hard out here. Ooh, this one I'll save for Family Day. Does anybody feel like a burden? My epilepsy is back after 12 years, and everyone seems to be on edge and scared around me. I don't want to make people feel uncomfortable, but it's hard not to feel like a burden. Ladies and gentlemen, thoughts? It's hard not to, I say. It's not
Yeah,
something.
it's very hard not to because it comes with the territory. Like we all get that guilt and we all get that I'm a burden feeling.
Yeah, even if they do always, it's okay. Don't feel like that.
Yeah.
It's hard to get your head out of that headspace. 'Cause I've been told it's okay. It's not something you can do. But then there's things like I can see, like you look irritated the slightest bit. I can see it. This you don't want to deal with. I can see small stuff. It's like, yeah, you keep saying it's okay, but there's that little bit of not okay I can see in your eyes. Um, yeah. You guys been there? So maybe like it's okay, it's all right. It's all right. You can't, it's not something you can control. And then yeah, they don't exactly have the look on their face like they really care. But just stop trauma dumping. Move forward. I was recently diagnosed and I am terrified. I am a 28 NB. What's NB? 28-year-old NB. And I had a seizure twice in the past 2 months for the first time in my life. Both times I was in public and ended up at the hospital after my second stay. They put the sticky wires, sorry I don't remember what they're called, on my head to monitor my brain, diagnosed me with epilepsy, triggered my low blood sugar and stress, and gave me some Keppra to take twice a day. I'm terrified. I've had stress and anxiety all my life, and now all of a sudden it can cause my brain to do a head reset. And I was on the train with one of those. What if I was on the platform and had fallen into the tracks? And the other time I was sitting in a chair and apparently I bit my tongue very hard. Sometimes I forget to eat, especially when I'm stressed out. I've been so stressed about trying to remember to take my meds that it causes me to forget, which makes me worry that that's going to give me a seizure. I am not someone equipped for these levels of calm and regular brain. My brain already has enough cross signals. My mom said I just have to take it one day at a time, and I'm trying to do my best. I'm pretty sure I had a seizure in my sleep the other day because I forgot to eat and forgot my meds, and I woke up feeling woozy, and my body was in a crazy amount of pain again. I have a neurology appointment in January to get more details, but I am so afraid now, like all the time, and I've been trying to brush it off with my hilarious dark comedy and sarcasm, but it's starting to not work. Please help. Anything you can offer? I don't want to die. I mean, if I have no choice, then okay, but I'd prefer to live as long as possible. Mark, advice for a person who's ready to give up?
Don't give up. There's a lot to live for. This isn't the end. Um, it's just the start of the journey. You don't know how it might be, you know? Yeah, it's gonna be tough in the beginning, but it gets easier.
Easier with time. And if you hear me saying with time, I do not mean months, maybe not years, might not be a decade, but it gets easier. It gets easier. Took me maybe 12 years. Finally, just be like, fuck it, I'm gonna deal with this. I'm gonna get my health in order. The first 10 years, I was just like, yeah, lollygagging through my 20s, having fun, being careless about it, having seizures, not telling my mother, telling my friends, don't tell my mom. Let's keep going. We don't have to go back home, stuff like that. But yeah, past 10 years, changed. In the past 5, it's gotten even better. And yeah, I'm down to 3 to 5 a year, and I'm kind of excited about that. Because that was not the me 10 years ago. The me 10 years ago, I wasn't even keeping count. Yeah, I don't think I was telling my mom or my doctor. I was just going in for MRIs and just never tell them, oh, well, I had 6 last month or whatever the case. But yeah, I'm in a better place now. Been doing this for 2 decades. So whoever's watching this, it gets easier. It's gonna get much harder before it gets easier, but it's gonna get easier. It gets rougher.
Yeah, I don't, yeah. I would say that we're almost down to like, it was every 2 months, every 3 months that I would have a breakthrough. But the problem was that if I had a breakthrough, maybe I'd have a cluster, you know, be a bunch together. But then you know, we made it a really long time this last time when I had a really bad TC. That's why my husband's really worried. Yeah, that's great, you know, that you're like doing the same thing, like 3 to 4 a year. That's a little bit better than me, but
Yeah, taking this B12. I've got the focals out of the way with the B12, so I'm all right. I'm comfortable with 3 to 5 because that's better. That's the
great
best
number.
it sounded in a long time.
Yeah, it gets to
Yeah.
a point where you can manage it.
There you go. Perfect way to say it. Because it might sound crazy for someone to hear me say, "Oh, I'm comfortable with 3 to 5." I'm comfortable with where I'm at compared to where I was. Because yeah.
And also, like, they're talking about they can't take their medications and things like that. My husband got me, and it's kind of embarrassing. Some of the other mods are like, ah, but I have a month-long pill box that I set up all of my medications in, because at one time I was taking like 14 different things at night and 7 in the morning, and I'm sorry, you have to know when those things are going to run out so you can order it in time, whatever, you know what I'm saying? And then also the other thing that I have a lot of trouble remembering is the liquid at the end, right? After you take your pills and you try to remember you have a liquid at the end. I understand, it's so hard, especially if you're having seizures, because you have all that memory loss and the post-ictal stuff. And hey, Tom! So maybe that's one way to help, and maybe another way is get a straight up an alarm clock, an old style alarm clock. If you can't put it on the phone, because like a lot of times I found I overslept my phone alarm for my pills. I did when I first got sick. So we had a regular alarm clock, which meant it was loud, and I had to get up and go across the room to turn it off. So at least I would look at the number and say to myself, oh, I need to do something. And then the pill box would be right there. Okay, so I could at least do those things. So that's all of the, all of the stuff I could say, all the tips I can give you anyway. If those are the things you're having trouble with. Anybody else got anything? I'm quiet now.
That's a good one about I like that about the alarm clock, because I do that with my phone. If I set the alarm, I'll turn the alarm off, but won't take the extra step of actually going across the room.
Yeah, I do that. I snooze the alarm a lot. So for my morning dose, what I did is I stopped sleeping with the phone in the bed. So I actually have to get up and go turn the alarm off. And that helped my morning because I keep a bottled of water on my desk. So
I
it's
charge my
right here.
phone right next to my pillbox too, so that was another way
Yeah.
too.
My
But yeah,
plugs are here on my desk. My bed's there. The bottle of water is here on the desk with the B12 and the pills. So I got to get up. And once I get up, I'm pretty much able to get up. Like this B12 has been giving me way more energy than I'm not going to say I wanted, but yeah, I'm way more energy than I imagined getting back. Yeah, B12 has helped me not take as many naps during the day, not during the week.
and another thing, they said they're having trouble eating meals, and I understand this, I really do. But if you say to yourself, I have to eat something before I take these pills because they're gonna make me sick to my stomach, and if I throw them up, then I lost a dose, and that's not only is it stressful on my body, but it's also like, oh, how am I gonna get that dose back, right? You have to phone calls and pharmacies and whatever.
Just don't take your next dose.
Right, sure, yeah, sure. But yeah, so that's a good way to make yourself do it, is you have to turn off that alarm and you have to go and take the pill box with you and go eat some food first. At least that's what I found. Anybody else? I don't know. Ways to help you eat?
I'm sorry, I completely missed the conversation, so you have to go back over it.
I got something for you. The icebreaker today was, what are things you do to make yourself feel better when you feel like shit? I go find somewhere peaceful, smoke some pot by myself, maybe cry a little bit.
Change my frame of mind.
Just be
How
myself.
do I
a
do
little
that?
bit.
I don't have an answer for that right now.
Yeah, no one knows.
Where do you come up
crying? But hey, they don't hear me crying because I probably got music on and
with this stuff? Let me see. What do I do?
yeah. Little tears never hurt anybody. Also another question. Oh, I forgot what the question was. I'll get back to you. But the next one says, will I be able to live a proper life? So last night was my second grand mal seizure of the year, and I can't help but wonder if I'll be able to live a normal life. I'm about to graduate college and I have plans to move, but my epilepsy is visibly getting worse, and I feel like I'm never going to have the independence every adult wants. I can't stop crying. I also just lose more will to live after every seizure. My meds aren't working, but I'm so scared to change them again. The question was, will I be able to live a proper life? For this person, 2 seizures this year is, I'm at 3, so you're doing something. So live your life, man.
I think I had like 14 in 3 days. Just like a couple months ago. So no, I'm not. It's not a competition, but seriously, I'm sure there's something, right, Pookie? You got some good.
Yeah, I say you can live a proper life. You gotta live with precautions, but you can live. Don't be afraid to live. Be afraid to live, you'll be depressed. Being depressed, you can have a seizure. Having a seizure, you're just gonna have seizures. So
Exactly.
you don't want to have seizures along with seizures. You have a seizure because you're supposed to have seizures, and then you have a seizure because yeah. So
where'd the pioneer go?
He left. He left for a second. I think he was just getting
I
out of the
think he was
shower.
having internet problems. It looked like he froze for a sec.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think he just got out of the shower too. He still had no shirt on, still looked wet. Anyhow,
Yeah, he was flexing. He was flexing today. His pioneer muscles.
Mark, did you have an answer for that person?
I'm sorry, could you summarize the question briefly? Because
They were
we
basically
were
just saying,
just,
will I be able to live a proper life? Can't stop crying after every seizure. Lose my independence. I'm about to graduate college. Will I be able to live a proper life? When you say proper life, you'll be able to live a good life.
is the key word in that question. Proper life, because you'll be able to live life. Proper,
is the key
it
word.
depends on what you mean by proper. It won't be the life that you thought it was if you were picturing something just without epilepsy. It's gonna be different. It's gonna be impacted by it in some way. Seizures are not something that just, go away or something to just brush off. It's there. But like I had said earlier to in another question, it's not something necessarily to fear. Um, just take it one day at a time. That's really all you can do. Seizures or
And you
not,
haven't had it
epilepsy or
very
not, take
long.
it one day at a time. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Oh, I was just saying you haven't had it very long and you've already come to understand that. That's great. Very, very adult and accepting. I love it. Sorry I
Yeah.
interrupted.
Don't compare your life to what normal should be or what other people are doing. You have to adjust it to a life with epilepsy, you know?
Go to the edge. Says, I have been epileptic since the 8th grade. I've worked, got married, and have a beautiful daughter about to be 4 years of age. Helped raise my stepson for a decade until he was 16, and he is an incredible young man. I am in my 40s. What do you consider a normal life? I think it's all a matter of perspective. For me, I think I'm living a normal life. When I was young, I asked myself a similar question. I just wanted to be normal and do normal things. I did try to live like that wasn't me. It wasn't any different than I do now. And at times was a bit reckless, I guess. There's things I never experienced like driving, but that's okay. My cousin doesn't drink and he doesn't have epilepsy, but we had great times back then. But back then when I lived more reckless, I was more of a burden than the person I am now. There will be difficulties with having epilepsy. Sometimes the meds aren't at the same dosage, or maybe it's time to switch meds because they seem not to be working. Sometimes may have to switch doses. Everyone has curveballs in life. That is a great way to put it, Angel. Curveballs. I'm gonna use that. I was throwing a curveball at 16.
I just want to say bye. I have to go.
All right, you have a good rest of your day.
You
Bye.
too.
Says I grew up thinking I was broken. Turns out it's just epilepsy. I'm honestly just trying to feel less alone right now. Since I was 8, I've had these strange episodes. Fear out of nowhere, confusion, feeling like I wasn't real. I'd asked to go to a hospital, but every time they'd run a quick check, say I was fine, and send me home. Eventually, everyone around me assumed I was just being dramatic, a spoiled, overly sensitive kid. And I started believing that too. At 15, the psychiatric label started. bipolar, OCD, PTSD, one after another. Nothing ever quite fit, but I kept hoping something would eventually explain what I was going through. It wasn't until I was 20 that I finally diagnosed with focal impaired awareness seizures, non-lesional left temporal lobe. It was confirming through EEGs that that moment changed everything and nothing at the same time. It explained so much, but didn't undo the years of confusion and self-doubt. It's been almost a year since the diagnosis. The brain fog is better. My memory is improving, but emotionally, I feel like something is inside of me still buried. Like I lost years of knowing who I was supposed to be. Has anyone else been through this? Has epilepsy or misdiagnosis stolen parts of who you are? I really need to feel seen. Lost years of knowing who I was supposed to be. You guys ever wait, Angel? No, you had seizures and then they knew you had epilepsy. Yeah, I didn't have misdiagnosis or how about you, Tom? You didn't have a misdiagnosis, you said. Yeah, this person, I guess they're just now figuring out they have epilepsy after having seizures since they were 8. So,
Yeah, well, collapsed in 2nd grade and like in class and a couple things like that. But yeah, it always was misdiagnosed as a mental disorder and just left at that. And I didn't try to do anything because every time I said anything about anything, I was being overly sensitive or whatever. So for sure, I thought something was weird with me, but I decided it was like super easier to just be quiet. And then thank God I didn't have, the kind that I have now when I started driving and when I was younger. And then I didn't start having them until I was 44. Otherwise, I could have hurt someone.
right.
But I'm sorry. I understand that sort of missing piece of like, well, why wouldn't you listen to me? I think you should come join us, or you should seek therapy, probably. Maybe both. Anybody else?
I'd have to say both.
I say both. Definitely come join us. We want to meet you.
It's
I mean, this
certainly
group
less
is-
expensive here.
Right. So you got a new one. It says, I was told I couldn't take care of a baby or a dog. Today on Reddit, someone said that I wasn't capable of taking care of a dog or a baby on the pregnancy Reddit thread. I feel like there's a misconception. My epilepsy is well controlled, and I talked to a medical professional first. First off, I don't understand how people say such hurtful things, and why would someone think we are not able to take care of a dog? I guess the question is, as good as why are there mean people in this world? When it comes to epilepsy, I say you just gotta take it as it comes. People don't understand. People aren't gonna try to understand. So you just gotta take it as it comes. Try to educate somebody, maybe throw a few, this is what's going on, this is what's going on, so they understand a little bit. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Yeah, people are careless. When it comes to epilepsy, it's a lot. It's hard to take in for some people, I could say. There we go. Some people, when you try to tell them, like I tried to tell the girl next to me at the concert, and the look on her face was instant panic. I was like, no. I was like, yeah, I have epilepsy. But yeah, I was like, you ever heard of epilepsy? And she was like, no. Yeah, actually I have. I was like, what's that? I was like, when you have seizures. And she was like, oh. And I was like, yeah, I got my bracelet. You're all right. Don't worry. But yeah, I told her, don't worry. I'm not going to have a seizure. I'm just throwing it out there. I explained to her my seizures are 3 to 5 a year, so they're spread out. I'm not having a bunch of seizures. You're not going to see me fall and do all that. I mean, you never know what you'll see when it comes to me or any of us. But I told her, just don't worry about it. Enjoy the show. I'm just letting you know what's going on. And worst come to worst, check my bracelet. Has my mom's number. Yeah.
I talked to a guy yesterday, a new guy at work, and I told him I was epileptic during our conversation. And I told him that I don't usually have grand mal seizures. I'm not usually bouncing off the ground. So might it just be you and I in an area and I have to have a seizure? There's no need to call 911. He's like, you don't have, you're epileptic and you don't have convulsions? Not always. But so he says, well, what other kind of seizures are there? I was like, oh my gosh. How much time you got? But so I mentioned a few of them. But he said, he was just really happy to hear that because he didn't know anything about it. And so I told him, see, where I work, we don't go on breaks together. We're relieved. Okay, somebody will take our spot, then another person takes the break. But so the next time I have a chance to speak with them, I want to sit them down and share a little bit more, educate them a little bit. Everybody have a chance to educate. I feel as though I'm doing something special.
You can tell them to come join Tuesday.
Oh, most definitely. I don't know if he can even get on a computer, but I don't know. Good, that's very good, Angel. Good thought.
No.
I had something else I wanted to say.
I say whoever tells me you can't take care of an animal, screw them. Especially on Reddit. Some horrible people here.
Well,
I'm just saying.
if she was asking about a dog in the pregnancy subreddit, I think that getting pregnant with a dog probably is a bit too much for her to handle.
I think they said take care of a dog or a baby. I'm telling her she should have neither, is what I'm reading. I'm thinking of
I
this.
took care of both. I managed to take care of both. I worked while having
You had a
seizures.
baby, Angel?
I have a daughter. She's 4 years old. And after my first cluster, I was pretty much.
And then you got pregnant.
I was pretty much got told it's time to hang it up.
No more pregnancies.
Yeah, I was told it's time to hang it up. Let's start going for it was the family sit down time. Like, it's too dangerous for you because that cluster lasted 6 hours and stuff. And it's like, it's too dangerous. You don't know when you're going to get them. Like, it was one seizure. It was just like, I don't got signs. I don't got any way to know. And it was just too much. But hey, I still managed to take care of my daughter. I even started her potty training. So she knows her ABCs, complete alphabet. She knows how to count to 29.
Good job, Angel. Kudos.
And she wasn't even in daycare yet.
Good for you. Way to go.
Yeah.
Major kudos.
Well, I'm still fighting for 50-50 custody.
I got something here. It says I had a breakthrough seizure today, and the only people I'm telling are you. Had 7 seizures over 3 years and do not have any driver's license. Dear hubby took 4 months off of work to care for me while I started my stronger medication. He is going back to work in 2 days, as I've been seizure free for 4 months. This afternoon, during my required nap, I had a seizure. I woke up from my tongue being bitten. I can't tell anyone but you guys. I'm hoping I can hide my swollen tongue from him until he goes back to work for 2 weeks. Fuck around and find out. I'm so distraught. Thank you to this group. I don't feel as lonesome with you to share with. Oh man. There was no question. But I'm gonna ask you guys ever just been like, it's not worth telling you guys I had a seizure?
Yeah, yeah.
You're mute, Mom.
I've not told
Yes.
many people, even my wife.
My favorite cat is back, Lufa. Oh, that's Tony. But yeah.
Hello.
That's Tony and the Tiger.
Oh, Lupa.
Hi.
Lufa, the question was, I forgot what the question was, to be honest.
Do you tell everybody if you have a seizure? Do you tell
Oh,
everybody?
yeah. Has there well, this person said a lot, but I feel like I gotta read it again. So bear with me.
Okay.
It says I had a breakthrough seizure today, and the only people I'm telling are you. I've had 7 seizures over 3 years and do not have my driver's license. Dear hubby took 4 months off of work to care for me while I started a stronger medication. He's going back to work in 2 days as I've been seizure free for 4 months. This afternoon, during my required nap, I had a seizure. I woke up from my tongue being bitten. I can't tell anyone but you guys. I'm hoping I can hide my swollen tongue from him until he goes back to work for 2 weeks. Fuck around and find out. I'm so distraught. Thank you to this group. I don't feel as lonesome with you to share this. My question was, have you ever had a seizure where you didn't feel like it was a big deal enough to tell anyone? Yeah, I had a seizure. I'm all right. I didn't have a concussion. Why bother everybody? Been there. Mom, I know you're watching this because you're my best supporter. But yeah, there were some times I was just like, you guys, let's not tell my mom I had a seizure. And she'll let me come out next time.
For us. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh no, I was just saying, Mom, you're watching this, and yeah, it was a few times. They're just like, you guys, stop worrying. We're all right here. Let's not tell my mom. Let's go about the day. If you tell her, I'm gonna have to go home, and it's not gonna be good for me. You guys might not have as much fun. But
Okay. Well, what I was saying is, pretty much everyone here in this group has had seizures most of their life or had it for a number of years. We have seizures.
Yep.
If I was to tell people every time I have a seizure, even my wife, if I have a seizure, if Tracy's aware of it, then good. If it's bad, or sometimes I might ask her, Tracy, did I have a seizure? I mean, this is just life. This is part of life. And I don't know if that's just my nonchalant attitude, but it seems as though this young lady isn't used to having seizures. So was it 8 seizures in 8 years or something like that. I don't remember what the stat was, but
Something like that.
and Sailor, your
3 years.
thing's on. You're mute.
I realize I'm muted. I was just agreeing silently. Sorry.
Yeah, but I think the young lady probably should talk to somebody, because obviously not too many people are aware that her seizures are frequent, or they're not frequent, but maybe people need to know that she's having that for her safety. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that
Yeah.
makes sense.
I tell my friends, but I don't tell like my mom not to, just because not to worry about her, not for her to worry and like go overboard, you know?
I think it
Yeah.
depends on the family dynamic. Or like, especially like, because for me, the first person I would tell is my mom. But I think it just depends on the family dynamic too.
No, I mean, I tell Tracy, but I don't tell
Situations.
all the time.
Has there been
My
any
mom
times,
loves me,
Lufa,
but
where you felt like, I'm not going to tell anybody this time, I'm all right?
Maybe when I used to be a drug addict, or a substance abuser, I wouldn't tell people so that I could keep doing my thing. But now I'm just chilling, and if I have a seizure, I usually wake up and I'm like, yo, I had a seizure, because you could tell. So it's not really like I can hide it, you just tell. So
Yeah, there's really no reason to tell anybody, because what are you going to tell them?
I mean, I don't really know who I'm like telling, unless it's the person that I'm living with. Like, if like somebody specifically asks, like, hey,
Right.
do you want to hang out? I'd be like, no, I'm not feeling well. And they're like, what happened? Because they know
Yes,
exactly
well, that's
they'd be
different.
like, oh, I just had a seizure. But it's
Yeah.
not like I'm
Okay.
gonna go around posting on social media like, guess who just had a seizure? Look at me. I'm so cool. Aren't I so cool?
That's what I did from the hospital bed.
Well, that was a photo shoot, but you know, things happen.
Yeah.
You know, I missed voting day because I had a TC, and Joe missed voting day, like presidential voting day, because we were in the emergency room. And of course, they're asking me who the president is, and I'm not giving them correct answers. Like,
Oh my god.
it was, yeah, it was, and
When I did the same thing, I kept answering Obama. For the longest time, I kept answering Obama, and I don't know why. It's the only president that has ever stuck in my mind. And other than that, we've had no other presidents. We've had no other presidents than
I-
Well, you
Abraham
picked a
Lincoln
good one.
and Obama.
yeah, there you go, sure.
Those are the only two that come to my mind. Abraham Lincoln, Obama,
Yeah,
George Washington.
sure.
When
No,
they asked me,
I'm good with those three.
yeah, when they
I'm good with
asked
those
me
three.
on my last seizure, I was actually able to answer it. And they still took me to the hospital. For some reason, I remember it. I think I was a little snarky about it. They were like, who's the
You
president?
remember? Come on. If you remember, it's usually okay. You're like past the post-ictal state of needing to go to the emergency room.
Yeah, I think they said my blood pressure might have been a little high. And I thought maybe
Okay,
it's a seizure, but I don't know how that
You're
goes.
right.
They said that to Tracy too. Well, his blood pressure's high. Well, excuse me, he's coming out of a seizure. How long have you been doing this?
Right.
And then she's asking me, how many nickels are in a dollar or something, and divide that by 20, or some nonsense like this. And Tracy's like, he's coming out of a seizure. You know, how long have you been doing this?
I
He's
was
not
a
gonna
teller in a
answer that
bank, and that's
question.
still
Count
difficult.
If someone tried to ask me to count backwards, I'm not good with numbers. Can we pick something that I have a specialty in at least? Like, give me
Yeah,
a
right.
break here. They literally said I was deficient in math, man. You want me to
Ask
count
me,
backwards from 20?
ask me what's in a certain flavor of ice cream. I got you.
Yeah, we need to
Asking me
get
some of the stuff they
specific
ask me,
here.
I'm like, I'm sorry, no.
Oh, I told you guys I was making some blueberry ice cream.
Ooh, how was it? I love blueberries.
It wasn't good.
I
Oh,
want that
I'm gonna
mango
make
one.
another one, I think, tonight.
That sounds good.
never give
Eh,
up.
Oh, no. I can make some good blueberry ice cream.
Are
Okay.
we going to talk
This
about
was just a
food again?
bad, this was just a bad batch. Somehow I
My
got too much
my
water
grandma
in it. You're
makes
not
me
supposed to put
blueberries
water in it.
every day, so
The water turns to crystals, and then you get
Exactly.
crystally. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. I worked in an ice cream shop where we
Oh,
made
you
every
did?
flavor in house for 6 years before I had to
Wow.
because of the epilepsy.
Well, yeah, this got, you know, it's hard. And it's
Blueberry is one of
crystally.
those hard ones. It's one of the ones that's, I shouldn't say it's hard. It's difficult to balance the sugar and the 14% milk fat that we used without it adding extra ice crystals. And then you would know it when you scooped it because you could see it in the scoop. It would look more crunchy than the scoopy. And I'm
That and
sorry.
my freezer was too cold. Right.
Yeah,
See?
yeah. So you can, there's different, yeah, or it got too hot and then it got too cold and the water separated and then it refroze.
All I use is heavy cream, whole milk, sugar, that's it.
Do you
And
use
beat
fresh
it,
blueberries or do you
fresh
use,
blueberries. I picked them that day. In fact, I got 7 pounds of blueberry.
wow.
I have some blueberry.
That's,
Yeah, I
that's
have
a
2
lot.
bags in the freezer.
Yeah.
But
Well, do you cook them down before you put them in?
Yes.
Because that will reduce the amount of water in them for sure and make it a lot more viscous to blend.
Yeah. What I did is I put too much sugar in it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I put like 2.5 cups of sugar in it. Oops. And so I was trying to get some out and I tried to rinse some of it off.
Gotcha.
And I didn't think about it
About the
until
water.
after I was cooking it and everything.
Yeah.
And at that point, there's no turning back.
Yeah.
Just finish with it because you can't start over again.
Not really. You can use it for something else.
Well, we ate it all. We
Oh,
ate
that's
it all.
great.
Forced it down.
There you go. Couldn't have been too bad. That's awesome.
No, of course it wasn't.
Yeah, fruit flavors are always delicate like that. For sure.
Yeah. So I think I'll make some more tonight. And it only takes an hour max.
I didn't know
Just
ice
use a
cream was that
blender.
easy to make.
What's that?
I didn't know ice cream was that easy to make.
Oh yeah. You just take whole milk, whipping cream. Okay. 3 cups of whole milk, 2 cups of 3 cups of whipping cream. Blend it until it's you can peak it. And then you take 4 or 5 cups of blueberries, cook them down. You put the sugar in it, cook it all down till it's all the blueberries, all the sugars melted. Then what I did is I strained the blueberries and got all the skins out. That I liked it better the last time I did it. I left the skins in it. But then after that, you just put it in the freezer. 6 hours later, it's ready to eat. But I missed a step. You after you get the blueberries, they're all gushy and everything. Then the cream is so thick, you just blend the blueberries in. You don't whip it in or nothing. You just
You have to fold them gently.
That's the word. Thank you. I had a blueberry moment.
I just know way too much about baking and way too much about ice cream. That's all.
Well, yeah. I wish you lived closer. We could do lots of baking. But yeah. So
I need to buy
Yeah.
a bread pan again. I miss making banana bread.
You guys make me want to go make some stuff. But I'm gonna move
Tracy has
forward.
Tracy has a recipe. It's A to Z bread. I mean, it's the same recipe. I mean, you can put anything in it, anything from zucchinis to apricots. You know, it's the
Yeah,
same
like
recipe.
my Mennonite cookbooks all have this, like, any kind of loaf, just make it this particular fruit or this particular, you make it chocolate chip, make it nut, make it
Butterscotch.
butter, right? Yeah.
I use wheat flour for my banana bread.
Wheat flour. That sounds interesting.
It sounds healthy and filling.
What she said.
And Pookie, is your house on fire?
I don't know. I don't remember.
And that your house is on fire. Look at all that smoke.
Is
He's
this my house?
he's relaxing.
Is this my house?
Oh,
I can't remember.
Are you in your house?
I think this is someone else's house.
I would believe that. Yeah. Well, both you and Mark are in a zone right now, so. So, Mark, by the way, how you doing? We never even had a chance to say hello before. How you doing, guy? You seem to be in a zone right now.
A little bit.
A
It's
little
also getting late here. I'm over on the East Coast, so it's approaching midnight. Midnight, wow. That's crazy.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? So it's 10 minutes
Yeah,
to 12.
Yeah.
yeah, wow.
Longest
But
you've been on, I
Philadelphia.
think.
hi, good to meet you.
Yeah,
Formally,
good to meet you.
yeah.
Where are you from on the East Coast?
Florida, way down central
down
Florida.
there.
We spent 2
Yeah.
years in Florida.
Yeah, I love it here. I was born in Miami, so
I have a
Florida's.
sister-in-law in Pine Island.
I'm not familiar with Pine Island.
That's
I have been there.
south of Tampa.
Yes, it
Okay.
is.
You
We
been
lived
there?
in Orlando and in Tampa.
Oh, okay. So you know where Pine Island is. The sandbar?
I lived down in well, yeah, I lived down in Naples too. So it must be north of Naples, south of Tampa, so like Sarasota area.
I don't know. That's
No.
all I I could look on a
well,
map right now if I wanted to. but-
yeah, I could look on a map too.
Or me. I don't know where my phone went.
Yeah. It's not that important.
You hear my
but,
wife singing in the background?
No.
What's she
no.
singing?
She got her guitar out. So yeah, she's had a
My-
guitar since we've been married, and she used to play a lot. But as time goes on, you put something away. Well, we have a friend who plays a lot, and he wanted to get together with them for a couple reasons. You know, if they're in they were in our congregation, then we split congregations. And we only see them at conventions and such. So our last convention, we saw them, said, hey, why don't we get together and you and Tracy can play? So anyway, he came over and they and he's better than she is. So everything that she knew, he knows how to play. So it was a good thing. So she went out and bought a guitar stand. So now it's out. It's out. She can see it, and she has no reason not to pick it up now. And now that I'm on Zoom, so she's not on TV, watching TV. So she went in and picked up a guitar.
Yeah, my husband has a 12 string and a 6 string and a violin, and he can play so many instruments, but two of my sons have asked him to teach them to play guitar, the one that we keep out on a stand. So
well, in the new system,
yeah.
in the new system, I'll be able to have a chance to play all musical instruments. That's my goal.
My one grandfather, he could play. I don't even know an instrument he couldn't play. They had an organ, a pipe organ in their house. They had a full harp. I honestly do not know an instrument this man could not play. He was a Mennonite minister, but yeah, Joe had the greatest time every time we go over to their house because my grandfather would pull out some other instrument for him to check out.
Wow.
Yeah,
I thought, yeah, I have a friend who her brother could play string instruments. You give him a string instrument, he can play it. Yeah.
Interesting.
But there's people out there that just have that gift.
I wish I had the instrument gift. I didn't get that one, but I did get this, and we're gonna move forward.
It done, Trace?
Yeah.
I'm sorry we got off course.
It's all right. It says, actually, you guys, I love this chair. I forgot to say that. Man, I got this new gaming chair. The vibrated massage has been on all day. I can sit here with it massaging my back all day. It feels so good. And then it lays back. I slept in it just to see if it worked, and it worked. It was nice. I actually fell asleep in it. Lays all the way back. That thing come up. But back to this. Let's talk seizures. That's not what it said. That's what I said. I wish I could come to peace with this. I used to be okay, or at least I tolerated it more. I accepted the partials as just a painful, regular part of life, reoccurring every month, almost like a period. I accepted my medication when it suddenly and immediately made me have to take a nap at 2 p.m. every day. Even though it hurt, putting it lightly, even though it hurt at first, I learned to deal with losing my license and relying on my partner to drive me. Now, all these years later, my seizures are under control, yet, as odd as it may sound, I'm more resentful of it now than ever before. My brain is fucked up. It is so utterly fucked up, both from whatever the seizures did to my brain and the side effects of the medication used to keep my demon in my head confined. Primarily temporal lobe simple partial focals with only a handful of tonic-clonics, word recall, memory, cognition as a whole. I'll be talking to someone and just immediately stop and go quiet, then start talking 5 seconds later once I found the word. I can't remember critical details and my brain creates false memories. 16 years ago, they started. 9 years since the diagnosis, 9 years on medication, 9 years on this fatigue and brain fog that I've come to assume is normal existence and that I have no hope but to operate within, always just a little confused by everything around me. People used to call me smart. I wasn't gifted or particularly smart, but I would say I was slightly above average. Now I get called out, both maliciously and politely, on my own mistakes, logical errors, and poor memory. Before this medication, before this disease, what people called me out on was my weird behavior as a kid. Now I'm a quiet person with much better social skills, but my cognitive decline has taken over as the point that it sticks out. I've gone from being fine, being able to do something, but just being too lazy to feeling unable to do something no matter how hard I try. I know this probably seems very woe is me, and I suppose it is. I know other people have it harder. At the same time, being smart, even if it is just slightly above average, was something I felt a little good about, since I wasn't good at much else. And now that's gone. My brain is diseased, and the meditation to treat it only makes the symptoms worse. I'm not good at anything anymore. I just exist in this perpetual fog, perpetual confusion, always being reminded of others, of the flaws in my brain I didn't have before. The flaws in my logic, my thinking, my memory, my capability. I'm a shell of who I used to be. How do you guys come to peace with yourselves after figuring all this out? Come across a lot of those questions today. You guys, how'd you just come to terms with it? I learned that this is life. This is what it's going to be. Stop trying to fight it and do things that I know aren't possible with my condition. And I just try to live as good as I can with my precautions and all that good stuff. I try to live beyond sometimes and do things without telling people. It feels good to not have to check in. So I do that time to time. I just check out without telling anyone I'm checking out. But this video is going to make it hard because I'm not editing that. But yeah, got to start checking in more before I'm checking out. If anybody's watching this, knows me checking out too often.
I don't really have any good advice. I feel sorry for them. I'm sorry. I'm glad that they are seizure free though. Almost that I already have memory, problems with words. If I could stop having seizures and still have the memory problem, well, I guess I'd go with that.
How'd you come to peace with this?
It's not peace exactly. It's I don't have a choice, right? Anybody else?
Right.
I can
Yeah, I know what you mean.
hate
Just-
myself constantly, or I can just try to get by, find the joy and the words when they get lost. I don't know.
Right. It's like
It's not good advice, I guess, but you asked what I've done, and that's what I've done. I'd take it all to be seizure free. I feel like Pookie would too. Anybody else?
yeah. Yeah, I forget what I'm talking about when I'm talking to people time to time, and I've told people, just gotta get used to it. This is what's going on with me. I'm gonna forget, regardless if you like it or not. Try not to be abrasive about it, but we gotta live. Just live life. Try not to let it hold you back. Make sure your support system is supporting and not just sympathizing. I say some things sometimes that just make me feel like I'm trauma dumping. What do these things come out of? Anyhow.
Sorry.
Yeah. So, got something else. Does anyone have similar seizures? I have focal epilepsy, and when I have seizures now, my body tenses up. Involuntary hold me, breath or breathe out completely, can't talk at all, and it seems like they're triggered by anxiety or certain loud or repetitive noises that play over and over again in my head, loudly rushing like a wave. Getting worse as they work their way from right ear to the left ear. I know all this is very specific, but I just want to see if anyone is going through the same hell I'm going through. Also, my doctor says neither of those triggers are the reason I have them. I don't have similar seizures, but this reminds me of the musicogenic seizures that the other person was saying earlier. Yeah, sounds bother you? Sounds, I don't know if they bother me.
What?
Actually, I think you said they do, Lofa, right? Noises?
Like
You
repetitive
said specifically.
noises or loud,
I
explosive
think she said
noises.
the tattoo gun in particular.
Yeah, sometimes like loud or repetitive noises like kind of overstimulate me, and then that kind of, but I think that's more from a sensory standpoint. But I don't think it caused me to have seizures. I just have seizures. Sometimes when there's like a lot going on, I collapse. Like I just kind of look around and I see everything, and then I just collapse. So, oh,
I wonder, the way the person described these, I wonder, like, to what extent, rather than causing the seizures, they might be a symptom of the seizures coming on, starting. I know
Like
that
a
like sensory,
auditory aura.
yeah,
Sensory aura.
yeah, kind of a,
That was the
I-
word I was looking for, was sensory. Good job.
yeah, nice teamwork. Put together, we have at least
as
one
I
brain,
said,
right?
well, exactly. We've got lots of brains between us, and between all of us, we've got a magnificent vocabulary. It just takes a little while to find the words now and then. I understand all of those things that those people have complained about. I
Yes.
read thousands and thousands and thousands of books. My vocabulary is ridiculously enormous, except I can't find any of it anymore, and I can't read a freaking book anymore, and that is so frustrating. Just, no.
I got something else here. I never had a throw up problem, but this person says, do I take more meds? I threw up around 2 hours, maybe 1.5 after taking my meds. 150 lamotrigine, 100 lacosamide. Do I take them again? I had a seizure about a fortnight ago, and I know I threw them up. I'm now wondering if that was the case. I can't say for sure at what time I took the meds and how soon before I vomited them up. Online says after an hour not to take, but to phone a doctor. But I'm in the UK. There are no doctors open a part of 111. Gonna assume 111 is 911.
Yeah, I mean, I
Wait,
would
111?
contact
Did
the
they say?
pharmacy, to ask, but if they're saying everything is closed, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's so
Here
hard
in the
because I
UK,
know
I
I've
think
thrown up my
emergency is
pills,
999.
but if I hadn't seen
911.
them, I would have been like, they already dissolved, and I'm not gonna take more, right? So
Yeah.
if they didn't actually see the pills in their expirant,
Well,
I wouldn't take more, but I would contact someone who would know something. Poison control. Call poison control. You know,
Yeah, I
ask
don't know if
them.
they have a poison control over there, but I mean,
Whatever.
just because the pills dissolved, just because they aren't visible there, doesn't necessarily mean that they weren't also absorbed.
Right,
I mean,
exactly.
they might still be there, just not, you know, or there might have been enough of it pulled in
To hold you till your
without
next
any,
dose.
so yeah, it could go either way, depending on the way that it's metabolized.
Exactly.
What would you do?
That's why I'm saying it depends on the medication, and it depends on how long ago you took it, and it depends on, you know, the combination of them and exactly how long it's been.
What would you
That's
do,
what I'm saying.
Mark?
Yeah, Mark, what would you do?
Me personally, I mean, I'm a little bit on the irresponsible side. I would just wait until the next dose rather than risk doubling up. I think that I would assume I at least got a partial dose absorbed there, and I would just be a little bit extra watchful, a little extra careful, and have a clonazepam tablet nearby. But I'm lucky to have that luxury of, you know, an as needed benzodiazepine.
Me too. If not, I don't know if I'd be here. So, but yeah, I mean, I agree with you about all of those things. Yeah, and try to make sure you've got somebody to watch you. I guess if you're not going to take one, then you need to make sure somebody's going to watch you. And if you are going to take one, you need to make sure somebody's going to watch you. But I certainly wouldn't take a full dose of anything, because 2 hours is a long time for your stomach to digest things. Which is why I
Anyone on
said
the
call
victim?
poison control, to have them tell you how quickly things metabolize. I don't know. But if they don't have poison control, I'm sorry. But I'll go with Mark.
Anyone on Lamictal besides me? I don't think so, right?
Lamictal, is that the
Motrigine?
brand name one? Or,
Motrigine
because
is the
there's,
generic version.
I'm on the generic Vimpat. That's not Lamictal, is it?
That's the
No,
Cosamide.
Lamictal is, yeah, okay, no. I had been on Lamictal, but I mean, I was so hypersensitive to the sun. I would get rashes on my arms anywhere I went. It wasn't Stevens-Johnson syndrome. I had seen that before firsthand on somebody else, so I knew. Um, and so like a lot of people have jumped on me on Reddit saying, "Oh, sun rash, you should have gone straight to an emergency room." Like, not every sun rash is Stevens Johnson's, but any rash should be, you know, I don't want to be giving any sort of advice that somebody might take. But I forgot the question. So,
Should they take another dose of their medication because they threw up after 2 hours? And we are not clear as to were they pills, were they tablets, how long does it take to metabolize? Some of mine are like 12-hour long metabolizing because they have to last that long. So, you know,
didn't I
you
already
need
answer
someone
this
who knows
question?
the exact medication and how much you're on and all that
Yeah.
good stuff. You know? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same medications that me and Mark take. I take the Motrigine and he takes the Cosamide. And those are the ones the person takes. 150 of the Motrigine, 100 of the Cosamide. And he
I
threw them
mean,
up after 1.5 hours,
Yeah.
at the most 2.
I wouldn't double up on my stimulant medication because that's extended release and that's a stimulant medication. So if I threw up, that would just be a loss for the day. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
if it's something
Yeah,
else.
those
And
days of doubling up on stimulant, doubling, tripling, those are behind me. Just Concerta. Sorry to
Vimpat.
interrupt.
No, I was just gonna say, yeah, Vimpat makes my stomach upset, so I'm not sure if I had already thrown up. I'd take more, certainly.
Yeah, I,
yeah, I wasn't sure about what to do with the Keppra when I grow up from it, but I figured that I would take the Keppra first, see how it
Because
digests,
they
and then
make you do.
I would take the rest of my meds after to see how I was feeling, so that I wouldn't throw up the rest of my meds at least.
Is it working?
Well, I'm not on Keppra anymore. I'm on Breviac.
Okay. Oh, okay. Right.
I just take everything at once.
Do you like the Briviac?
I mean, it's okay.
Yeah. It's not
No,
totally taking control, though.
I mean, it doesn't, I don't know. I guess
Yeah.
I guess we'll find out. I'm on a low dose
I
anyways, so
understand. I've
I
gone
guess
through like
we'll
15
find
medicines.
out.
I understand. No, it's okay. Yeah, okay. I get it. It's not great. Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
Because I haven't tried that one. That's what I'm asking.
It's like, I mean, dare I say it's not like mighty strong, I guess. Like it doesn't have as long as of a lifespan in my opinion right now. But there could be many factors playing into that. But Kepler kind of stops everything, but it also blows my mind up. So Kepra's kind of a no-go, and people said it's like Kepra, but without the
It
whatever.
wasn't even rage for me. It just didn't control them. You know,
Yeah.
literally almost every medication I've gone through is it didn't control them,
Have
except
you
for
got
one or two where I had major problems with them.
Have you gotten like tested for what medications your body metabolizes and what ones it doesn't?
I don't think that they have done that. No.
You
I
should
mean,
see if you could do something like that.
yeah. Gosh. I mean, they've
Because
done
it'll show you what won't work for you and what may work for you, and then what is certain that works with your body makeup.
Right.
And because I have treatment resistant.
Yeah, because that's like irretractable is basically
So
drug resistant, treatment
yeah,
resistant.
if you can
That's
if
yeah,
you
like
can
well, right now, like I take one of the major ones that I have had a lot of luck with most of the time is Dilantin, which is like a 150-year-old medication. Thank God. So you know all the side effects, but yeah, they have me on like the highest dose they could possibly give me of that, plus a whole bunch of other stuff. But you know, that's the one that I guess would take the place of Briviac. But I also Vimpat, right? 2 Vimpats at night, 2 clonazepams, one other, like I guess sleep kind of thing, you know. Then those B12s and the liquid, right? So yeah, but I don't think I've had Briviac, so I thought I'd ask how it does for you.
The B12 working for you?
Yeah, I like the B12. I used to take a D3 and I really liked it, and an iron too, and I ran out of those, and I feel like I would be happier if I had those too, because I think I'm a little anemic. I say a little, I'm joking. But yeah, Joe already ordered some iron for me, so. Yeah, but I like my B12. It's good, definitely.
Did you get the gummies?
I didn't get them yet. I have to finish up the ones I have first that are caplets.
Oh,
But yeah.
I feel you. But while we were on the subject of Keppra, I have something Keppra. Keppra side effects. I've been on Keppra since December. Managed managed by my family doctor as Canadian neuro. The weights are crazy and was having frequent seizures and injuries. We had to keep raising it because I'd have breakthroughs every couple months. Went from one every 2 weeks. 2 weeks ago, we raised 1,000 milligrams twice daily. The mental health spiral has been horrific. On Friday, I called my family doctor. It's been getting worse, not better. He saw me virtually the same day, brought me down to my original 750 milligrams twice a day, and said he would consult an old pediatric neurologist on Monday to see what we can switch to. It's still getting worse. I'm anxious. I'm depressed. I'm angry. I'm having episodes of complete disconnect. My mother was so close to taking me out the hospital yesterday, but managed to de-escalate. But what do you do? What do you do with this thing in the meantime? Coming off takes so long. What got you through this period?
Titration is horrible, and I'm sorry. What do you guys say? How did you guys get through titrating up or down various meds?
I was kind of reckless. I was just, you don't even want to know. I was just cold turkey.
Yeah,
He
you
said,
can
take
go
this.
cold turkey a lot of times. But I didn't with the Keppra.
I did with the Keppra. I got a prescription for something else. That's all I heard is go pick up this prescription. I don't remember him saying titrate anything. I remember him saying, take these.
Yeah,
Go
no.
pick this up from the pharmacy. So that's what I did a lot. I go get it from the pharmacy and take these. I didn't get a titrating, none of that, none of the talk about it.
Medical advice.
But I'm here today.
We're glad.
Nature's made.
Right, because I did the same thing on Keppra and Dilantin just to get to where I'm at now. But cold turkey.
Wait a minute. You took Dilantin?
I took Dilantin first for like 6 years.
Really? And it did not control you in those 6 years?
I wouldn't say it was the medication at that time. At that time, I was living life of a newly adult.
Okay, all right. So you
I'm
were
all
being
freedom.
reckless, maybe not taking it, or maybe doing other things like drinking alcohol or something else, maybe?
Please take your medication as prescribed or whatever works for you. We're not doctors.